Hey yo, what up y'all? This your boy DJ Shoeshine coming in live once again with a new episode of Shoeshine Radio. Want to thank you for tuning in tonight, you know what I'm saying? Got to give a big shout out to all my listeners all over the world, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can keep up with me on Facebook.com/Shoeshine Radio and also Facebook.com/RBJams Mix Show Jams with a Z, you know what I'm saying? Got a big show tonight for y'all. Got my boy the extra Wiley from the 90s R&B group To The Extreme calling in tonight, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a big show like I said, but right now we're going to make it rain tonight with my girl Kiki Wide right here on the hottest radio station on the web at Shoeshine Radio. Keep it locked.
Precipitation fill the room. You feel the thunder roll and move. Feel the rumble when our love collide. Skin to skin gon' make you come alive. Scott's gotta show us in a fit tonight. Scott's gotta show us in a fit tonight. It's coming down, ain't ready for it. It's coming down, ain't ready for it. Hope you got your coat. I'm about to make it pull.
Money flowing like water, she just love to get wet. She be running for the border, cause he ain't making her sweat. I'ma make her take a ride for it, catch a cramp in her thighs for it. Cash out, get the dealer tags, all you gotta do is sign for it. Woo! See there? I wanna be clear. If the sun is out or the rain is pouring, I'ma be there. Push, vacate in a drop top on this game. Night is young, the bottle's up, you ain't worried about another bitch name. Just which lane we swerving in to be out. I'm sweating her weave out until we done and we out. Yeah, Kiki and King Push in 3D. That's Big Bruh and Lil Sis like BB and CC. Ow!
Hey yo, trying to get in contact with the extra Wiley. What's up, homie?
Man, you know I'm hanging in there, DJShoeshine. Yeah, you know I was just calling you. It kept going to the voicemail, so that means you was probably calling me.
Yes, sir, man. Trying to get this interview on and cracking for all the fans out there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my boy, the extra Wiley from the legendary 90s R&B group To The Extreme. What's going on, homie?
Man, you know, I'm maintaining, brother, working on different projects, got a few things going on, you know, just hanging in there and trying to be like you. If I can be like you, I'll be all right.
That's what's up, man. Now, I'm trying to get like you, man. And, you know, the first question I want to go ahead and just get into it, man. Okay. You know, how did you get your start in the music industry, man? I mean, just share with us, you know, a brief summary about that.
Okay, I'm going to make it super quick, give y'all the microwave version. I grew up in a church, you know, playing drums. The Churches of God in Christ. And then from there, I was, you know, always playing in a band or another, and I was in a group. My first foray into the R&B was with a group called Mannequin, which consists of a few good brothers like Stan Jones and Dan Romeo and Ray and Kenny Lattimore.
Okay.
And yeah, Kenny Lattimore was in that group as well. And I also used to play drums at the same church that Kenny was a part of as well. So that was my first, I should say, stepping into that arena. And then later on, Randy put together a group called Nothing But The Truth, which was kind of like a little mint condition type band. Yeah. And me and another member of that group, we got together because everybody in that band was playing in different bands anyway. That was a member of Nothing But The Truth, Randy's group. Right. So I started, the other guy was name was Dawood Saeed. My name is The Extra, his Dawood. I got my brother David. So therefore, that's how I came up with To Be Extreme. I started a separate group, never leaving Randy group, but was still just started a separate group, a more small scale down outfit. And from there, you know, we started working on music and doing things. And then, for one reason or another, my brother left the group. And so I just, you know, basically, I wanted to put Randy in the group, so I invited him to join my group To The Extreme. And then Randy came, joined, and we started building. And his cousin, Jermaine Mickey, who always came to the Nothing But The Truth rehearsals, came around, and he was always singing and whatnot. And we got him in the group. Make a long story short, Dawood was gone, and that was me, Randy, and Jermaine. Yeah. You know, who was also Randy's first cousin. You know, Johnny Gill's mother and Jermaine's mother are sisters. Randy's mother, Johnny, our brothers, Randy and Johnny.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll work, man. Now, you know, Cry No More is one of your guys, you know, one of the biggest hits To The Extreme has, man. And one of the biggest hits of the 90s, I may add, too, you know. How did you guys come up with such a great concept, man? You know, what inspired the song to come about?
Well, Cry No More pretty much came about through a relationship that I had at the time that I was in, and I was dealing with, you know, as most people do, they deal with the ups and downs, the mountains and the valleys, right? You know, the highs and lows of a relationship, you know. And so I wanted to tell a story, basically like you fell so deep in love was like a fairy tale that somehow came true, but then it fell apart. What happened to our love? Well, that was what I was actually experiencing at that moment. So, but I flipped it around to make it come from like a female's point of view, like a guy talking to a female and what she was feeling, because it was more appealing that way. But that was actually a relationship that was a true story, and I wrote that at the end of 1992. Yeah. And Randy came down. I called Randy. He came down to the studio, and him and I laid the initial first part of that, you know, that hook down. And you know, I wrote that song at 1 o'clock. It was about 1:30 in the morning.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. So real quick. So it was, you know, that's pretty much how that song came together. But collectively, Randy, myself, and Jermaine, it was a sound that we had, you know, that it was that, you know, that kind of gospel-y type sound on a ballad that really helped propel that, you know. And, you know, Randy did his thing, helped driving the song home. You know, I set it up, it's almost like alley-ooping. You know, it was like Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah.
So that was the thing, you know, with that, the recipe that worked with that song and other songs of ours. But Cry No More was the biggest one. you know, we had to deal with a lot of politics when it comes down to the record labels and things of that nature.
Oh, yeah, true.
But the song blew up on 13, like I think it was like 13 radio stations, if I'm not believing. If I believe correctly, that it was like on 13 stations before we even had a record deal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just from our playing from our demo.
Man, that's amazing right there, man.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Now, you know, besides you being a singer, you know what I'm saying, you're also a songwriter, writing for some big names such as Casey and JoJo, Frank Ocean, and the legendary Whispers. Now, during that time, during that process, what was the chemistry like working with those acts?
Well, I'll pick one of the people that you named.
Okay.
Like Frank Ocean. When I met Frank Ocean through a friend of mine. He called me, Leland Sharp. Shout out to Leland Sharp, who's well known out here in LA and does photography, management, and all kinds of things. Well connected. So he called me one day and said, "AD, I met this young man. He just got here from Louisiana. I need you to come and do some tracks for him." Now, at this time, it was this guy named Chris, the guy he was referring to. So I came over, I bought some tracks. Every song that I played from that CD, this guy was just writing off the top of his head.
Wow.
You know? And so I was just like, wow, this guy's incredible. We went in the studio, recorded about a half a dozen songs. And I was just giving him all of my experience, and we would talk sometimes to the wee hours of the morning just about life and the music industry. And I took him around. I took his music or what we recorded and shopped, and pretty much everybody was passing on it. They was like, "Oh, he's okay singer. He can really write," so forth. Right. So this is leading me up to Frank Ocean. So Chris was so despondent and whatnot. He was determined to make it, and he was working at Kinko's. Next thing, one thing led to another. I'm working with Marvin Gaye, writing the screenplay, the biopic, and then a Teddy Pendergrass. So I'm working on this television film stuff, and I said, and he dawned. I said, let me call him, because it kind of fizzled out with me dealing with this guy Chris. Yeah. Well, I pick up the phone and call him, and his number had changed. And I was like, okay, I got to find this guy Chris, man, just see how he's doing, write him in the part, something maybe on the movie. Make a long story short, watching TV one day, boom, it was this guy singing. I said, he looks like Chris. Well, Chris had changed his name to Frank Ocean. Named Chris Bro, and he blew up. Oh, man. But in the studio, this guy was just such a genius. Just in his concepts. The guy can rap, actually. Yeah. People don't really know that, but he can, and clever, and rap clever stuff. Content, content would be clever, so, and that, that's, was my experience with that, situation. And, so, all these artists, a lot of them are, they're so cool. They when you get in the studio and work with them, as you know, and then you got those who, of course, they're going to have to put on the little airs and the egos and so forth. Oh, yeah, true. And when you're working with them, you got to kind of know how to, okay, let me have, because this is their session. This is their, well, not this necessarily a session as a producer, but this is how they, do things, At the time, to the extreme, we were still doing our thing, still had an audience, still selling records when we worked with Rodney Jerkins for the first time. Right. But, and Rodney, he that was before he blew up, and before Mary J. Blige and all of that. And, he was fun to work with, he was very serious and very focused. Right. So we basically, there was a lot of firsts with those guys, and then working with legends such as like Teddy Pendergrass, going in the studio singing. Basically he requested us. He loved Cry No More, and he just said, "Look, I want you guys to work with me on my You and I album." Okay. We did a song called "Slow Ride to Heaven." Okay, then that'll work, man. Big shouts out to Frank Ocean and the late great Teddy Pendergrass. You know what I mean? Now, speaking of, you recently mentioned you were working on the Marvin Gaye biopic. Screenwriting with that. I also read that you recently toured with Dave Talbert's stage play, A Fool and His Money, which is a great play. So, give us your opinion on the difference between being on stage with music versus being on stage with acting. Acting. Well, when you're on stage with music, if you truly connect with the audience, sometimes there's a certain amount of acting that goes in there, especially when you honing your show. Now, with the Dave Talbert play, Fool and His Money, that was a situation that I wasn't even looking for, that a friend of mine called me by the name of Dave Hollister. Dave Hollister, the singer. And he was doing it. And he was playing James Jr., the character, the Fool of His Money. And he said, hey, I got to go down to Atlanta and work on my album, or New York or whatever, with, Eric Sermon. That's when he was signed to Eric Sermon. Yeah. He said, I need somebody to come in and who can, right away, I need somebody ASAP who can come in and take my spot in the play. And so he was asking me, was I down? And I was already taking acting classes at the time. Now, mind you, let me tell you some of the people who was in my class, like the Marlon Wayans, the Anthony Andersons, the J-Lo's.
Oh, wow.
Those people, we all study under the same teacher.
Yeah.
Aaron Spicer.
Okay.
So basically, make a long story short, I said, oh, this is what I'm trying to do anyway, get a little acting in and whatnot. And I had my little head shots and had an agent, Agency West. Yeah. Nancy Caldez was my agent with, that's where Angela Davis was over there. They had partnered up at the time. And so, I just, and I booked that on my own through Dave Hollister. And getting out there in front of the audience, I mean, you have to really know what you're doing. If you're doing method acting, knowing how to properly use fifth wall, but it's fun because I also had to sing like three or four songs or something like that, as well as acting. And I was just thrown out there. I had to go and watch. I watched the play one time in Houston, and I had to perform at the next venue in Baltimore. Wow. So they shot me over the script like that week. And it was a pretty major part, where I had to really pull out all my emotions and so forth, and and they were really happy with it. So in fact, I was at I went to Trey Songz concert. Trey Songz invited me and Marvin Gaye III, and we took out two sons. Marvin took his son, I took my son, and we were his guests there. And backstage, while hanging out with Trey Songz, and then I saw Dave Talbot, and we talked about that, and we laughed, and it was good catching up with him too. Shout out to Dave Talbot.
Oh yes sir. Big shouts out to him, man. Now, can fans expect you in any plays in the upcoming future, or
I do have a show that I'm working on that I came up with a concept and created, and I have a partner also named Curtis Ellison, and we have a show called Seeds of Hip Hop. So if someone wanted to Google the Extra Wiley in a space Seeds of Hip Hop, which I have Dr. Dre's son, Jam Master Jay's son, we have Eazy-E's son, MC Ren's son, E40's son, Jam Master Jay's daughter, Corrupt's daughters, Game Sister, so forth. Anyway, they, because it's called Seeds of Hip Hop, and basically, these kids are these legendary, iconic hip hop figures. We're gonna kind of dive into their lives, and see what's going on, and it's really good and actually positive too. So that's cool. So you can be on the lookout for that. We've had a few shows that we developed. Marvin and I developed a show back in 2009, 2010. We got a Writers Guild registered, and it kind of got around, and we were shopping all over Hollywood, and I'm not accusing nobody, but now the biggest show is the exact same show, Empire. Yeah. So, yeah, and I mean, so anybody was they trying to claim, just like 50 Cent did. No. We actually got the documents to prove it. Yeah. So, that's registered with the Writers Guild going back to 2010. But at the end of the day, we don't, so it's just one of those things where it's hard to kind of pinpoint where, when, and how, because so many people, that's why you have to be careful when you shop things. And, some things we got NDAs on, non-disclosures, and some people we didn't, you know, and people were interested in it, and his name did come up a few times, Lee Daniels, about doing it, and it was, you know, but our show was basically, I call it Diamonds and Ballads, loosely based on the Gordys and the gay family, which Marvin is a Gordy and the gay, but it's about the empire, the entertainment business, this particular empire, if you will, and you know, so. You know, it's kind of like, wow, you know, I mean, all these different criteria and elements are the exact same going down the road, but that's Hollywood for you. Somebody, you know, and I do understand sometimes people get the same inspiration at the same time.
Yeah, true.
But sometimes you can get the same, it's hard to believe that you can get the same inspiration and have 20 of the same criterion components, check mark going all the way straight down, matching the exact same thing without even a twist on it. So it's like, wow. Okay, so you know, at this point, it's not nothing that we said, oh, we're going to sue or nothing like that. It's just really, really strange how Hollywood works sometimes. So, but we're developing some other things. I'm developing a few other shows and whatnot. So.
Yeah, that's
part of the game. So,
yeah, definitely got to be careful, like you say, who you shop your stuff out to, and man, you just got to give you, you know what I'm saying, best of luck on all your endeavors, my brother.
Thanks. Well, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. You know, you that guy. So,
I appreciate it, man.
It's always appreciated when you are among a true purveyor and trailblazer such as yourself. You know. DJShoeshine.
Yeah, I appreciate it, my brother. Now,
yeah, okay.
You know, before we get up out of here, man, you know, it's so many acts coming back from the 90s, you know what I'm saying, that's doing a lot of shows, touring overseas and all that stuff, and also in the States. Can we expect To The Extreme on the stage in 2015?
You just might get that. You may get that. I know Randy is working on his projects, and he has a solo project that he's working, that he has released, and you know, working on a new one. Jermaine has a gospel project that's out. I also have an inspirational project that I'm about to release, and you heard it here first. I'm gonna do a solo album.
Wow, I can't wait for that one right there, my brother.
Yeah, so, you know, so, and this was something that was just decided in the past few days.
Okay.
That, you know, sit down, we talked about it, talked with producers, and, you know, they kind of talked me into it, saying, hey, let's make this happen. So, you know, because I'm a group type person, so. Yeah. And I also recently just worked with Rod Stewart's saxophonist.
Okay.
You know, Katja, and which she's just released a CD, and I demoed 2 songs for her, and I sung on one of the songs. And in fact, tomorrow night, she's doing a live release party for that with the live band. We're talking about like 10-piece band, 4-piece horn section, the whole 9. So it's a kind of a throwback to the early Motown and the Memphis sound, you know. Okay. Little throwback thing. So I had fun with it, and with the talented producer Jeff Crothers, who produced the CD along with Katja. So it's pretty cool. It's going to be interesting. Live performance. So it's going to be great.
Yes, sir. That's what's up right there, man. I wish I could make it out there, man, but you know, right now we're snowed in, so, but hey.
Oh, man. Well, be careful out there, man. Be safe, definitely. You know. And you just make sure that you are safe and not slipping and sliding all over the place driving.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Man.
Yes, sir. Okay. Well, I definitely appreciate you even giving me the opportunity to even come on and chat with your audience. And
yeah, definitely,
I'm definitely looking forward, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot you over my information, man. Once you get ready to start promoting your inspirational project as well as your solo project, I'll shoot you an email and you know, my cell phone information. Just let me know what you need promoted, and I got you, my brother.
Okay, likewise, you'll be the first to get it.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my boy,
Thanks for having
Wiley.
Me, and much love to you and the listening audience.
Okay, man. For one more thing, my brother, your social network information, all that stuff there, that way fans can keep up with you so they can know what's going on with D Extra.
Facebook / D Extra without the E, just DXTRA. And the same thing with Twitter and Instagram. With Twitter, I think is DXTRA23.
Okay.
And just add, like, think of Michael Jordan at the end, and that's for all of them. The Instagram and Twitter. It's just DXTRA23 or DXTRA by itself.
Cool. That'll work. My boy D Extra Wiley from the legendary R&B group To The Extreme, man. God bless you, brother, and keep doing your thing, man.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
Right. Take care.
Yeah, that was my boy D Extra, To The Extreme. Much love to my boy, man. But yo, we finna go ahead and go to some classic To The Extreme right here. And it's their biggest hit from the 90s, Cry No More, right here on the hottest radio station on the web, Shoeshine Radio. Let's go.
So deep in love, 'twas like a fairy tale that somehow came true. But then it fell apart, became a nightmare. What happened to that love? Now that it's over, you've been crying all night long, yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Thinking of the sweet memories, wondering what you've done wrong. Hey, baby. Honey, you gave your very best. You don't have to cry no more. I'm what you're looking for. No more lonely nights. Wipe the tears from your eyes. You don't have to cry no more. I'll never leave you lonely. If you give me the chance, I'll wipe your tears away, put a smile upon your face. I'll be there to kiss you in the moonlight, be the morning suns that greet you, be the whisper that says goodnight. 'Cause life's not over, this is just the beginning, yeah. Ooh, put your hands in my hand, I'll show you love, baby. Yes, I will. I'll never leave, honey. You gave your very best. You don't have to cry no more. I'm what you're looking for. Trust me, baby. No more lonely nights. Wipe the tears from your eyes. You don't have to cry no more. I'll never leave you lonely. I'll hold you in the middle of the night. Hey, baby. Everything is gonna be come closer to DX. You don't have to cry no more. All those past problems are done. I'll be there for you. That's right, 'cause I'm here. I'll hold you all night long. You don't have to cry no more. Wipe all those tears away. I'll be here for you, girl. Forever. I'll treat you right, girl. I'll make love to you all night long. I wanna kiss you from your head right down to your toes. I can treat you like you need to be treated.
Shoeshine.